experiential learning is important for several reasons. One, it binds you closer to the process of where food comes from, how much effort it goes into creating something that's sustainable and has a value not only just for the product, but for the persons involved.
The goals of trying to make this a very valuable training session, we wanted our staff to get so permeated, all this information about products, techniques, culture, they can transfer that to our customers.
When I found out I was going to Peru, I was of course excited. I was also very intimidated. I've never been to South America. I was very unsure what the culture was going to be like.
And off we go, day one. Let's see what happens.
Traveling with Jose is a very unique experience. He is a very vibrant, very knowledgeable person. It was almost like we had our own personal tour guide.
So on our first day, we went to Pachacamac, which is an archaeological ruins. It showed a lot of the history of the Peruvian culture.
Ancient pyramids that are buried, most of them haven't been uncovered from the ground. Different cultures from the area united. Wari, I think Ishma and Inca, which is what most people know.
The view at the top of the Pachacamac Valley was absolutely phenomenal. And it was just surprising to see the ruins, and then you have the ocean on the other side, and it was everything all in one place. And it was beautiful to see.
Chacra's Restaurant is a great restaurant by Chef Eduardo Navarro, a good friend of mine, and he is growing a lot of his products located in the fertile valley of Pachacamac.
So we got a quick tour of the grounds, and we got to see how the restaurant runs. Being that we are a 100% eco-friendly, 100% green restaurant, it was very interesting to go to Chacra's and be able to see some place that is employing it in South America and in Peru with all those ingredients that we use here at the restaurant.
He also has developed these wonderful infused piscos. We had the opportunity to try grilled pineapple infused pisco, and it was delicious.
At Ulysses Farm, we learned all about the biodynamics of the agriculture.
This is a small working farm that they spent their adult lives growing, harvesting, and teaching locals about sustainability.
Our message is that don't use, chemicals for controlling, insects and diseases, because this chemical contaminate the products that you're going to eat. Fruits, grains, tubers, and so on. So we apply here a biological, natural control without chemicals, pesticides, fertilizers, and so on. Everything is natural, and these products are very good for your growth, for your health.
He makes all these different types of food, and he knows exactly where every part of that process is coming from, down to the fuel to cook the food, which is from the guinea pigs that he raises there at the farm.
Guinea pig. To be honest with you, first when I saw the guinea pig, I was, I wasn't that open. But when I tried it, the meat was great, and it tastes more like rabbit. Yeah. And very, very tender. It's full of fat, but if you cook it the right way, I think it's the best meat I had.
It was really cool, and again, it was nice to open myself up to a new experience that I hadn't, been a part of before.
My favorite experience was definitely going to the Pisco Porton distillery. It's called Hacienda La Caravedo. I just really enjoyed being there and seeing the production of the Pisco process. The master distiller, Johnny Schuler, is a really interesting guy.
What we do is we're very respectful of our history, of our traditions, because I think that's where the richness of Pisco is. And there are a lot of those very, very good Piscos today in Peru.
It was incredible. The estate was beautiful. We were all over the grounds. We got to check out the vineyard. The Andes Mountains set this beautiful backdrop.
It was the most beautiful sight I've ever seen.
Pisco is an extraordinary elixir made out of grapes. Mr. Schuler brought us to his distillery where we had a chance to try different types of Pisco,
He talked to us about every grape that is used.
all of which had their own scent, their own consistency, body, and taste.
It was great to see exactly how it's made and the work that they put into it.
The Pisco Porton process is just really interesting. Weave together traditional Pisco making process with the new technologies that he has available.
I think he called it techno-artisanal. I'd had Pisco before, but I didn't really understand, what went into making it and what made it so important.
Hacienda La Caravedo and Porton was really one of the highlights of our trip. Being able to take my staff to a market, have them experience all these aromas, sensorial experiences of seeing colors, getting to touch some of the fruit, to interact with the people.
You're kind of almost bombarded with all these different smells.
Sizes, shapes, colors, from the Amazonian forest to the highlands.
They had all of these different ingredients, a lot that we use here at Taranta, and then a lot more that I've never even heard of before.
The peppers, like ají amarillo, I knew it as a paste and as a flavor, but I never knew it as a fresh pepper. So it was my chance to go there and attach it and to taste it too.
We slowly worked our way around the market. We got to go to where the butcheries were, and we saw the cow's feet and pig's feet, and the fact that they don't waste anything. They use all the parts of the animal.
He bought a few things and took us to a restaurant for a great meal for lunch, and he cut open all the fruits and let us smell them and try them and taste them.
Did a taste of Peruvian products and peppers, and not only by trying it, but just getting all the aromas, the textures, the flavors.
I would say my knowledge of ingredients has increased tenfold.
This trip helped me a lot in my professional life here.
It really gives you more of an understanding and a value for where the food is coming from. I know so much more about Peruvian ingredients after going to Peru.
Well, I think there's a difference between just being a server and looking at the menu than actually going to try things from first hand.
It's just a great way to show what goes into our dishes and where it comes from.
It was just this really remarkable trip through Peruvian culture. It was just a really, really unique, great cultural experience for me, and I've grown from it and better for it.
I think that we just come back with such a better understanding of the food. More restaurants should definitely do more in informing because it just makes for an overall better dining experience.
We came away with a deeper knowledge of ingredients, heritage, and practices of farming, of harvesting, and people in general.
Been working here for 15 years. I tried to express the food how it is. And after this trip from Peru, it helped me a lot. When I talk about the food, I know what I am talking about.
I think it gives it the sense of ownership in a way, meaning that I'm part of this family, I'm part of this restaurant. We travel together, we experience all these things together. To take 4 or 5 days of the year to kind of immerse into ourselves and say, okay, this is, real work.